everybody, it's Brooke. Welcome back to another episode of the A Knit Soul podcast. My name is Brooke and I'm an interior designer in the Northern Virginia area. And I am also the owner and dyer behind Fully Spun. And this is my puppy Rolo, who has recently gotten a haircut, so he's naked. And he, of course, shows up for every episode once I get started talking to you guys. It is Wednesday morning, and so the light, it's starting to get, to be fall and shorter days, and so I'm going to have to adjust how I'm filming, because I had gotten really used to filming in the evening on a certain day, but I think I'm going to have to take it back to weekends just so I can get better lighting. So today the lighting from my window is going to be a bit faint, and that cricket that you hear in the background is one of many crickets. So my apartment, the door opens directly to the outside, and there are a lot of crickets just around, and the first one, I picked it up and put it back outside, and I don't know if there are multiple or if it's the same one, but it just, I don't want to spray and kill them. I just want them to not be in my apartment. So I apologize for the annoying sound of cricket that's going on. So yeah, let's get into the show. Oops. So first up, where you can find me, I am on Instagram as Brooke Knits. I'm on RAVELRY as This Brooke Knits. And my business is on Instagram as I'm Fully Spun, and that website is fullyspun.com. First up, I'd like to announce the holiday Sweater KAL, which I am co-hosting with Melissa of Honeybee Knits. The thread is going to be in her RAVELRY group, and in there it will detail everything that's required to participate. The knit-along started October 1st and will go through December 31st, and the goal is to knit a sweater for yourself to wear for the holidays. What I'll be knitting is the Garlic Sweater by Chantal Belle-Isle, and I am using some yarn from my stash, which I purchased probably in April or so of this year, because I wanted to make a sweater and I never got around to it because there were other sweaters that I decided to make. This is becoming a problem. So I wanted to do the flea cardigan, but I don't have yarn in my stash for that. As well, I don't know that I'd be able to finish it in time with the knit-along. So with this, it'll be mostly from stash. And in my head, I was thinking I would do navy blue, but that was before I actually picked out and looked at the yarn. This yarn's already pretty dark, so I'm not sure what I'm going to do for the border color. I don't really necessarily want to do black, but maybe a natural. I don't know, but I have time to decide that. Maybe a fun color. I wanted it to be pretty neutral so I could wear it a lot, but maybe it won't be. Maybe it'll be like a blue or something. Alright, so finished objects. We have two finished objects this week. The first finished objects are a pair of socks, and to knit these socks, I use the How I Make My Socks pattern by Susanne B. Anderson, and I knit them one at a time from the top down. On the second sock, which is this guy, it languished for a very long time where I had to pick up the stitches from the gusset. I'm not a huge fan of picking up stitches, and so I just never did it. And also because I use a different stitch count, her math, I didn't remember what I did the first time to the second time, so I think that they're a little bit different. So like this one, it's not even, but it becomes a circle again, so it's fine, and they fit well. And on this sock, I did size 0 and 56 stitches, I believe, and so the fabric is softer and more dense than my other socks that I made. And so I think the next socks, which I've already casted on, I'm doing those two at a time from the toe up. I'm keeping the same number of stitches and the same needle size. Oh my god! Is that a mouse? There's a chipmunk chewing on my window screen. It has stripes on its face, so I think it's a chipmunk. But, oh my god. That was terrifying. Oh my god. Okay, we don't like that. I don't think it was a mouse. I think it was a chipmunk. Wow. I wasn't awake before. I'm awake now. Okay, anyway, so I think on the next socks I would like to either do an afterthought heel, or I may do the fish lips kiss heel. I don't know if you can do that toe up and 2 at a time, but if not, then I'll try the true afterthought heel. So basically what I'm trying to do is just explore and figure out what I like best with socks, and even though I do like short socks, I think the next pair I'm going to do them and make them have a long leg. So that'll be pretty fun. And then the stitch pattern I'm using on them is the Hermione's Everyday Sock, just to have something more interesting than vanilla, because my last 2 socks were just vanilla. And my second finished object is my Love You Baby by Susanne Sommers. Is this the right side? And I love this shawl. This shawl is amazing. I love the I-cord bind off. It was only mildly tedious. The brioche was so much fun. And I just literally am so in love with this thing. So, the yarn that I used was, I used Stranded Dyeworks Solo Singles in the Street Art and Shiner colorway. So Street Art is the pink one with all the color in it, and then Shiner is that light purple color, and then I used Malabrigo Machita, which is also a single stranded merino yarn, and I did that in Impressionist Sky. So my color A was the Street Art, B was Shiner, and then C was Impressionist Sky. And part of me really wants to make another one of these. I love it. It's the perfect size. It's the perfect shape for wearability. The brioche was so much fun, and it was like literally painless. The last brioche rows do get a little bit long, but it was still doable. I don't remember if I had started the brioche last week when I recorded or not, but literally I did most of this on Sunday and then Monday evening, most of that last section. So yeah, so that was, I love this thing. I really want another one. I also, my mom has bought a few skeins of yarn from me, and she knows how to knit and she knows how to crochet, but she's had the one yarn for a whole year and hasn't touched it, even though at first she was going to start this pattern, which was like a cowl and cast on like over 200 stitches. And so she got started casting on, but she got stuck there. So we're like, okay, well here's one where you can cast on 3 stitches. And so she still didn't start it. So I was like, this is probably the second or third time I asked her to send me the yarn back so I can make something for her with it. And so she wants 2 hats and she wants a shawl, but she might end up getting 2 shawls just based on the yardage, because she purchased, of the second colorway, she purchased 3 skeins, which was enough yarn to do a find your fade. But just because of how large that turns out, I would rather her have 2 usable things versus like one huge annoying shawl. So so yeah, I haven't 100% decided on that, but that'll probably be my next focus. And then maybe my next shawl for myself will probably be another one of these. So I also, and you guys know me in mystery knit-alongs, I need to stop. Like, literally, after today, I'm not purchasing any more mystery knit-alongs. I might purchase it as a pattern if I like it after it's done, but I don't have time to do them on time. I either don't have time to do them on time, or I end up not liking it. And so I purchased the Apparition Mystery Knit-Along by Boo Knits, and I dyed my yarn to do it. And I have the beads from Stash. The yarn was also from Stash from years ago. I really want to knit it, but now I've been feeling like I have so many obligations and so many things to knit, and so I'm just trying to like shuffle out finished objects so that I can have space to bring more things in. So it's stressful, and when it gets to this point of my knitting is causing me anxiety, like that's literally not the purpose of knitting, and it's not why I knit, and so that's a problem. So I cast on the socks just so that if there's ever a situation where I need something small to knit on, I have them there and they exist. And so that's why I cast those on. But I'm just going to try to finish up these other couple things that I have almost complete. And then before I take on new things. So it's going to be a second before I cast on my holiday Sweater KAL sweater. But I would like to see if you guys would like to participate. Definitely chat in the chatter thread in Melissa's Ravelry group, and so I can see what you guys are planning to work on, and so we can all encourage each other. So up next, works in progress. And I know, so in the picture I included last week, I apologize for that camera angle. It was a hot mess, but I felt that my energy was really good and wasn't something I'd be able to replicate. I was really high on coffee that day. So the picture was from a couple days later after I recorded. And so when I recorded, I either was finishing up the back or had finished the back and hadn't started the front yet. But when I took that picture, I had started working on the front again and gotten a few more inches in. And so I'm working on the decreases for the front now, so that's almost done. And then I'll go through, pick up the ribbing, and then I'll get to work on the sleeves. And so that should go pretty quickly as far as getting that ribbing done before next week, hopefully. So you guys know, hi Rolla, you guys know how I've been feeling about knitting this sweater with this yarn. So I won't go too in-depth into that. This is the Lemongrass sweater by Locatelli. Hi, Ro. And another work in progress. Rolo, get down. Another work in progress that you guys are pretty familiar with is the Granito, also by Locatelli. I have put in a little bit more work on the sleeves. I'm almost done. I think I have just one more repeat of sleeves to do. Then I can pick the body back up. And I'm hoping I'll be able to get some quick work done on that as well. This will probably be the project that I take to work with me to do during lunch. And I think the other sweater is going to stay here, and that'll be what I work on in the mornings before work. Okay, we're good on time. Okay. Alright, up next, acquisitions. So the first acquisition, both of these were gifts to me. The first acquisition is from Carly of Aubrey Ann Sewing Company, is the person who made it. A person named Jen on Instagram is a person who purchased it for me, and so I am eternally grateful. I love this bag. It's humongous, and so thank you to both of you for sending this bag to me. I can't wait to decide what project I want to live in here. Her information and the other information from the other one will be in the description box, and if you're ever looking for information on anything that I have that I mentioned, it's always in the description box. It's on Ravelry and also on my Patreon as well. So the next item is from Melissa of Honeybee Knits. She sent me this yarn as well as a gift, and it's amazing. And I got both of these on the same day, and I think I opened this first, and I screamed. And then I opened this, and I screamed again. And I love this yarn. It's sparkly and beautiful. I love the colors. I think I want to make it a hat, because it's a sock yarn. This is her Pink Me Over colorway, and she doesn't have a name of the base, but it's 75% superwash merino, 20% nylon, and 5% stellina. but it is a 2-ply, so I guess it's not really a sock yarn, although you can use it for a sock because of the nylon content. So anyway, the point, I think there's a hat, a brioche hat that I would like to make, which I'll put a little picture in the when I edit the video. And then otherwise, I don't know what I would do with the rest of the scheme. But this yarn is amazing. I love this sparkle. I don't know if you guys can see. I know my other sparkly socks I did, the sparkle didn't show up. But yeah, I love this. This is amazing. Let me open it up. Oh my goodness. That's gorgeous. This yarn is everything. Thank you so much, Melissa, and thank you, Carly, and thank you, Jen. I really appreciate that you guys thought of me and thought to send something to me. And Melissa also sent a few stitch markers and a progress keeper as well, along with her yarn. And I think that's something that she does with all. I think she mentioned that she does that with all the yarn that she sends. And I know this bag, the fabric is from the Organic Fabric Company, and I think the lining is as well, but I'm not 100%. But I saw this bag, Carly posted this bag, and I was like, oh my god, dying, because these are my colors. I love the nature theme. I love the geometric. I just love everything about this fabric. I think it's so cute, and part of me wants to like buy some to make a skirt with. I think that would be awesome. So yeah, so check them out. Both of them are on Etsy. Melissa is honeybeeknitsco.etsy.com, and Carly's sewing shop is etsy.com/shop/Aubrey Ann Sewing Co. So yeah, thank you guys so much. Those are my acquisitions for this week. I'm being good and not buying things for now. So I might cut this and put this at the front of the video, or I might keep it where it is. But I did, well, you know what? I forgot to run the random number generator before I got started, but I'm going to go ahead and close out the 250 subscriber giveaway, and I will put the person's name here in the video, and I'll also contact that person, on Ravelry, or send them the pattern that they said that they would like. There were a few posts in there, and I thought that they were very, what they chose was interesting, and I liked hearing why they liked the pattern that they suggested. And we are also going to skip Can't Let It Go for this week. There's been a lot going on, both personally and in the world, and I haven't sort of stumbled upon any information other than that's like kind of positive and interesting, so I'm gonna skip that. I don't want to go into really anything that's tragic, which is a lot of what's going on right now is tragic. I do have a trunk show happening on Saturday at Second Story Knits in Bethesda, so if you're local to the DMV, definitely be sure to stop by and say hi and pick up some yarn. Alright guys, that's it for today. As always, thank you so much for watching. If you like this video, definitely hit that like button down below. And if you'd like to see more craft and lifestyle videos from me, definitely hit that subscribe button so you can see when I upload the next one. You guys have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one.